Hello guys and welcome back to Retron channel on YouTube. So in today's video, I'm going to make a quick tutorial on how you could actually create an attendance form on Google Form. So what will this attendance form do? Well, in this topic, we are thinking of creating a form where you could actually submit, for example, if you are a manager and you want to see your employee coming to work on time or not, and you want to see what time they check in, what time they check out, then you would want them to complete the form by scanning the QR code, and then the QR code will lead them directly into the form. And when they fill up the form, you're at the end you're receiving a data where link into another Google sheet where something like this, and then you have arranged the data just to look like this, so that you will understand for whoever go to work at what time, on what date, and when did they arrive at the office, and do they do the checkout on their break time, and when do they check back in, and when will they leaving work. Well, we have the form organized something like that, and we also have a form like this, so that we will convert this form into a QR code, so whenever they arrive at the office to just pull out the phone, scanning the QR code, fill up the form, employee name, location, where they are now, and attendant, whether they are in right now, they are checking in right now in the office, or they are checking out at the break time, and then checking in again at the time they are good get back to work, and then checking out again when they are leaving the office. So this is a very basic one, but it requires a little bit of a technique to do this as well. So today we are getting to this, and we will see how we are going to create this, and you will understand how as well. So without any further waiting, let's get started. Okay, so first of all we have to do is, so I'm gonna go ahead and close all of this. So we build this from scratch. Okay, we are going to build this from scratch. So first of all you have to do is to go to Google. Yep, Google as the might be saver, lifesaver, and then you're going for form, like Google Form. Now when you're reaching Google Form, just click on Google Form right here, and then you go to Form, and now you are on your form. So you have to make sure that you're signing in with your account. And then I'm going to create the blank one, the blank form. Okay, so this is the blank form that we are going to create. So what will we name it? For example, let's say student attendant, something like that, right? So assume that we are a teacher and we want to get all the attendance of our student. When will they arrive at class and when will they leave the class? Okay, so the first one would be, we want to get the name, right? So we're going to click on name, something like that, and then we choose the I think we're gonna go with multiple choice, right? So okay, so right here for example, we have like, we don't want to make it a lot. Let's say we only have two students in the class. One is John, another one would be Barry. I guess it just came into my mind. Okay, so Barry, right? So we have John and we have Barry. John is wrong. John and Barry, right? So these are the, okay, we're gonna name this student name, John and Barry, and then we're gonna create another one. Click on this add question, and then we are going to click on to uh, put it on like location. So where are they checking in? So they are doing like multiple choice again. We're going to do like school. Oh yeah, just school, just school like that. Okay, just school, and then okay, we can do more like, oh well, this one is like classroom, classroom. This one is library. Yeah, something like that. Just make it up. Okay. So and then we gonna add another question, which is checking status, and then we're going to click on this check in, and this gonna be check out. Okay, so what is this mean for all of that? Well, since we have only two students, right? So we will submit this form and create a QR code, put it. Okay, so let me go step by step. We have two students, one is John, and another one is Barry, right? So we will make this form, convert it into a QR code, and place the QR code in these two locations. One is the classroom, another one is library. So whenever they're arriving at the classroom, they must check in to the classroom, or they are leaving the classroom, they have to check out as well. So whenever they are arriving, they will scan this at any of these locations, and then they will choose to check in. If they haven't yet entered the room, then they will check in. When once they are ready to leave, they will scan it again, and they press on checkout, so that we will know the status of what time, what date exactly that he is leaving or arriving at the place, or at any of the place. Okay, so now since we are ready with our form, let's go ahead on convert this into, getting the response from the sheet, from this form to a Google Sheet. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do that by going to setting. Also, I would like to get back a little bit more. What if we want, like, we want, I mean, two of the student can somehow maybe misclicking or something. So we want to verify. We want to verify who actually own an account and own the name. So we are going to suggest that they need to sign in with their Google account to let this form obtain the email. So for example, if John sign in with his email, of course he's gonna have his email, and then he would want to click on his name, right? So if he don't want to click on his name, for example, he click on Barry instead, then we have two different information. One is the name of Barry, but an email of a John. So what this do will be set that John is actually clicking on the wrong name. He's supposed to click on John but not Barry, but instead he is clicking on Barry using his email. So that will show up that he's not cheating or he's not actually helping each other to check in, right? Okay, we will do this as well. So how are we going to do that? We're going to go into respond. I'm sorry, setting, and then we are going to click on what? Respond right here. And then we are going to say collect email address. This one, we collect it, send respond and copy. Nope, allow respond editing. Collect email address. One will be required to sign in, verify, do not collect respond. Okay, we click on this verify. So once we click on this verify, user need to sign into their Google account first in order to fill up the form. And also they will require to edit their email address to the form in order to note it down. So let's see how it's gonna be. Allow respond editing? No, we're not allowed that. Okay. So we're gonna put all of that into check mark. Yep, all required, all required. Required at all. Yes, of course required. Okay, so now we're done setting up this. So what we are going to do next is that we're going to get the response into a Google Sheet so that we could track down whenever, whatever they're doing. Okay, so by doing so, we are going to respond right here, and you will see link to sheet, right? So right here, we're gonna click on link to sheet. And then if you have an existing one you want to link it to, then you can just click on select existing spreadsheet, right? But if you're thinking you're newly doing this and you want to create a new spreadsheet for that, just to work on that one specifically, just go ahead and click on create new spreadsheet. And then going to create. Okay, so now we're launching, right? We're launching. So we have a timestamp, when that they are arriving, an email address of a student, they need to verify, right? And then the student name, what is his name, and then location they are arriving, and checking status, whether they're checking in or checking out. So let's test this one first, okay? So we are going to test this one. We're going to click on send, uh, link address right here, and then we need to copy. Yeah, we need to copy. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one and paste this in here just to see how it's going to be. Okay, so now here it is, we are. This is my email. I need to click on record this one in order to proceed, right? For example, if I don't click this one, when I click on the name John, yes, of course. For example, my name is John. I'm arriving at the classroom and I want to check in. So I click submit. No, it cannot submit because you need to also record an email address as well. So we click on this record and then we click on submit. Okay, student attendant, your response has been recorded, right? So I have arrived at the place, I scan, I check in, let's see the data recording. So we're going back to this one, we're going to our sheet. Now you see the timestamp. We are actually at our timestamp right now, and with the email that the name of the student, the location where he checked in, and what status is he doing? He's checking in or he's checking out. So right here we're having checking in the classroom by the student named John who own an email address of this at this timestamp. Okay, so how is that gonna be? I mean, this look not really beautiful, right? So we want to customize that as well. We want to create a data where a student there, which is separately, like for example, we have a check-in dialog at the other side, and another side is for only checkout. We don't want to mix this up, right? For example, if you refill the form, for example, another student, let's say there's another student, right? Okay, let me switch to one more account so that we can submit multiple form, right? So this is another account, so we're gonna click on that. We click on Barry again. We click on library. We click on checkout, and then we submit. So that we can see where is that? We can see that we right here have another student whose own an email address of John Patrick, something like that. The name is Barry. He's checking out at the library. So it's look messed up, right? It's very messy because we don't know who actually in or out. We have to track down. We have to carefully observe on the time they're doing what they are doing. They're checking in or they're checking out. There are so many different locations to look for. Then you cannot find it accurately. So what we suggest now, we suggest to modify this form just to make it look beautiful and easy to track down. So we will make a location based on what they are doing. For example, they are checking in, yes, on specific location, something like that for the name of the student. That will be another, that would be a one dialog for checking in, and there would be another dialog for checking out. So let's go and start doing that. First of all, we're gonna click on this add sheet, right? Add sheet. So now we are going for the second tab right here, and we're gonna click on equal, and then we type in filter, right? Click on this filter. So now filter, when we click on this filter, we go back into the form record that we are doing, and then we are clicking on this, right? Clicking on this, okay. Clicking on this, select all of this, simply just select all of the above right here, and then you're gonna delete the number one right here because you want it to be all of it, right? So from A1, this is A1 until E, not gonna set the number because we want all E inside, right? Okay, so let's go and type in for the condition. So what are we going to do for condition? Okay, for condition, we're looking for a checking status. Okay, we're looking for a checking status like this, right? So we're gonna, first of all, we click this one and then we click on the top right here. Yep, so now we have that. And then we click on equal, something like this, and we type in track in, right? So this is all you want. So we click on enter. Yes, so now we have the record right here. We have the record right here. Okay, let's see. Let me arrange this much beautifully. Click right here, click right here. Yes, to make it look nice. Okay, so this is for this tab, it would be only for this time spam. Okay, this one would be email. And then this one would be name, and then this one would be what is that? Location. Okay, location. We don't want this check-in. So first of all, I'm gonna click on creating new one. Okay, insert one row above, and then we make this together and say check in. So create this check-in, right? Gonna do like this. Okay, yes, check-in. Timestamp. Gonna create another timestamp just for what is that? Let me insert one at the left. Yes, like this. Something like this. Again, there's gonna be date, and then there's gonna be time, right? So this date would be equal to this one. Okay, right? So uh, right, control this, and oh, that was a problem. Okay, okay, we are dragging this. Okay, we are going to drag this down like this. Okay, and then right here we are gonna switch. We're gonna switch to this one. We are going to format, and we select on number. We're going for a date like this. Or maybe we want something better. We click on number. We click on let's see this. Okay, okay. So now this one we want to change it into time. So we click on format. We click on number. We click on time like this. Okay, okay. So now we have the check-in. This one will be the check-in, right? And then we want to make another one for checkout. So checkout we are okay for this one. We have to E, right? So this one we are going to change to D, A, B, C, D, E, okay? So we're changing right here to D just because we don't want this status anymore. We don't want to check in status anymore. So we click on this. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, it was right here. Okay. Okay, so again, just because that we want this dialog for only check-in, and this is showing up check-in as well. So every time we input the data, the check-in will be pop up right here, all the way down right here. But we don't want to show this because we already have this one to indicate that this dialog is for check-in. So we have to click on the box that we are inputting this filter, and then we're going to edit it. We are going to edit it in this area into D because it's run from A to D to E, which is include check-in. So we change it from A1 to D so that it will disable this check-in, but remain the dialog to be for just only check-in. So I'm gonna click D. Okay, so now we lose the check-in status right here. So every time we input the data of check-in, we will see that student name, date and time, their check-in of which location. Okay, so now we head for a checkout. So checkout is very easy, just doing the same thing. Click, I mean, on we want to put a dialog, checkout dialog next by this one, next by the check-in. So we're going to click on this, type in filter again, filter, and then range. So right here, we're going to go back into respond again and click the same thing as we did, like that. Instead, sorry, we are not doing well, right? Okay, I'm sorry, so I get to do this again. Equal filter, drag filter, respond, and then we click on this one, and then we delete the one. I'm doing this, and then what do we want? A checking status, right? Checking equal to checkout. Checkout. I think this right. Okay, so this is here we have the checkout. The checkout. So I'm gonna input one at the left right here. This one gonna equal to this one, and then we will change this one to the format of number right here. This one changing the format into number and date. I mean time, yes, time. Okay, so we make it small enough, just not to get in the way. Like this. Name of the student. Okay, very simple, right? So we're gonna put this long for a name. Okay, so we're gonna copy this again, paste it right here. We're gonna again we want to lose this one. We want to lose this one again, so we're gonna click on the same thing, the box that we enter the data, and then we edit this into D, something like that. Now we have our check-in data. I mean checkout data. Yes, right here. So this one gonna be for checkout. Checkout. Gonna name this as checkout like that. Okay, so yeah, let's do this separately so that we won't confuse. Something like this. And then this one we go in for something like this, right? And this one go for green. No, I mean the entire this going for this color. And then this one is going for green. Something like that. Too much blue. Just this only. And then this go for green. Like this one. Okay, so now we have our data, right? So each student who actually doing the check-in, the data will pop right here. So each student doing the checkout will be pop right here. So they will have like what time they are checking in. This is what email they're using and which student they're using. I mean, which student they're checking in and what location they are checking in. And then on what date at what time, of who owned the email, of which student doing the checkout at which location. So this will be the checkout and this will be the check-in. So now let's put into use. Okay. So we head back into our data. We're going to submit another response. So I'm click on this and click on John again, John right here, and then we go in for classroom again, and then we go in for checkout. So we submit it. Okay. So now we go for one more response from Barry. I think Barry, right? This is going to be Barry. So we record one more. We click on Barry. We click on library, and then we click on check-in. So let's submit. Okay, so now we have submit to respond. Let's get back into our sheet to see. You can see that now the data is filled, right? Data filled. This one is not filled because we didn't pull it off. Okay, so now the data is filled. We can see that. Okay, so you can see the different, right? You can see that why this is messed up because we haven't yet set the format. So all we have to do is to click all of that row, and then we go to format, and then we go to number again, and then we click on this format we want. Okay, so this one is not. This one is for time only. So time like this. Okay, and this one is the same. This one is for time format. And number, it would be time. Yes. So as you can see that we can now input the data of which student checking in at this part of the sheet, and then which student checking out at this part of the sheet. So we can see that student Barry check out around this time from the library, and then this student check out, John check out from the classroom at this time. Also, John is checking in to the classroom at this time, at this date. Barry is checking in to the library at this time, at this date. So this is a very easy one just to set up a form which link to the data. So we can see the data right here. You can see that the data is very messed up, right? Very messed up. So we want to arrange this data to be even better looking at, so that we can categorize which student doing the check-in, which student do the checkout, and make the check-in and checkout in a two complete separate dialog. So this is what we are doing. So this is what we want as well. Also, you can see that this is the form. So you can just simply send out this form to the student to actually let them fill in the data just for check-in and checkout. So remember what I say? I said that I want this one to be print as a QR code. So we're gonna submit this form and convert it into the QR code and place it into either classroom or library. So whenever these two students arrive at the location, they just simply scan the code and then fill in the data for check-in and checkout. So how are we going to convert this into a QR? Very simple, very simple. This is a very simple RL. You just simply go to Google and then type on QR generator, something, yeah, QR generator, and then you're looking for a QR code generator or something like that. And then you have to, you click on this send right here and you obtain the link. You're going to shorten the URL just to make it short. And then go to QR code again, paste, and then you download QR. So you're going to name this one as student check, status check, status check, right? Okay, now you have the QR code. So this is the QR code. So you will print out this QR code and place into any location of those two, either it is library or a classroom, and then you have to inform your student, those two students, to do the scanning on the QR code every time they're arriving and leaving, so that they can fill out whether they are checking in or checking out, at what time they're doing it, and what date, and what location. So this is a very simple. Again, just to summarize everything we are doing right here, because we don't want to get confused. We are creating this Google form to get the attendant, to get the status of your student, where they are doing, where they are arriving, and whether they are checking in or checking out. And then we want to get the info from this form into the Google Sheet, and then we are arranging. This is the original data, and then we want to arrange this data that they are obtained from the Google form, customize that into a better looking one, a better separately understanding one, and then we want to use this form to create a QR to convert it into a QR code so student can easily access by scanning at any time. So this is our main goal and our main direction inside this tutorial. We want to teach you how to create your own attendant tracking, so that you are a manager controlling or leading the company, leading the employee, or you are a teacher who's teaching in the class and you want to obtain all of this info. You can simply follow this video, this instruction that guide you through each step that is need to achieve to create this stuff. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you understand all of what we are doing right here, and also hoping that you understand the technique of how to integrate technology into our life, our daily life, work and living. So thank you very much. And if you have any question at all, just leave in the comment section below. I will try to get back to you as fast as possible, and we'll try to get your problem solved. So thank you very much for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.